Okay, so watch this video for Wednesday, November 15th, to spy a couple bottoming tails in the last 4 sessions through the 20-day. So it's still hanging on, still holding the 20-day, so I'm going to go ahead and just go into my list for tomorrow. The only reason SORL is on watch is because in after hours, this thing's trading at 832. So potential gap and go tomorrow. I think this was on earnings, but it's holding up real well in after hours. So I'm going to watch that one tomorrow. ROKU. Man, this thing has been crazy. Huge move here for 3 days, and then a gap up today. Looked like it was going to rip again, and then just fell apart. I think this needs. I'd like to see another big red day, but who knows, right? So I'm going to put it on bounce watch starting tomorrow. But I think it needs to come in another day. But it's so volatile, it's absolutely worth having on watch. MARK, talked about this one almost all day in chat. It started in pre-market. About halfway through the day, I said, guys, if this holds up, you could have an end of day run, and it was probably trading around 440 at the time because I knew the daily chart was going to look pretty decent, right? You had a gap up here that sold off, gap up here that sold off, then today gapped up, sold off initially, and then started running. And I kept saying this is going to be a handsome chart by the close. Anyway, what happened? Try that again. It was just kind of a slow grind, and then kind of a late push late in the day. I actually didn't take a trade till somewhere up in here, I think. Thanks to a great idea by Wayne. Trying to remember where I got in. I think it was even maybe up here before I got in. I mean, I'd already had my daily goal in the bank, and then I saw this nice flag here. Wayne identified a great idea. I think it was actually right over here, over 490. And I got along right on that break right there, and it ended up taking out the high of day again. And I knew I was chasing, because chasing is not the right term, but I knew this thing was having a huge day. And when you're buying after this kind of a move, you have to be a scalper, and that's exactly what I did. I think I made over 500 bucks in maybe 5 minutes, maybe less than that, thanks to Wayne's idea. And again, I was fully aware that this thing was ahead of itself at that time. But anyway, it closed strong, so we're going to watch it again. Closed. Yeah, there's the daily going way back. So this is a really big volume candle for this. They did have good news. So we're looking for maybe a red to green, something like that tomorrow. A lot of people were watching this by the end of the day today. ICON, I've had this on watch for so many days. Again, it's an ugly daily chart. But if it can break out through this consolidation, I think you might take out two, and then maybe this 215 high of this massive volume day here, and maybe squeeze. So it just goes on watch. I haven't had any trades in it. The whole last week I've had it on watch. I haven't had any trades in it, but it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. DCIX, again, it's too compacted here. You can't see anything, so let's go to 15-minute candles. Had this on bounce watch for the last several days. No trades in it either. This was the opening 15-minute candle today, but look at the end of the day, this did get a nice little volume spike, so it makes it a little bit more interesting for me going to tomorrow. It goes back on bounce watch tomorrow. Can switch to 60s, maybe give you a little bit better idea. There was that huge move from $2 to 28 or whatever. It seems to have found support at the 60-minute 200 period moving average. I can't say that. 200 period moving average, and trying to break to the upside. So we're going to watch this one for a potential long tomorrow. Again, just for a day trade. I'm a day trader. Never hold anything overnight. Let's see. That's DCIX, HMNY. I love this. He had this high here. Well, first of all, he had this huge move, then a pullback, and then this nice volume move here that took you up to 1420. This kind of lower high here that took you up to 1350, which is also the high today. I love this over 1350 tomorrow. Did make a couple trades in this one today. One of them was like a 1-minute buy setup at like $12, and these are fives, but it was a 1-minute buy setup like $12.93, and it shot to $13.50. I was scaling out on the way up. I kept some thinking if we break 13.50, this could squeeze, get through that 14 something from from the other day, and instead it started to come back down. I was back out, but had a really nice trade in that, even though it didn't break. Getting in down here at 12.90 something based on strategies we teach. And a nice run, that went up a good 60 cents or almost 60 cents in a couple minutes. Plenty of money to be made. Also got long as it was, when it looked like this, I said, hey guys, I was on the mic. I said, if this gets up into the 1280s over this little consolidation, it might knock down 13, maybe go red to green, maybe high of day. So I liked it. And you can see right here, it got into the 1280s, little hiccup, and then pushed through 13. And then I thought, hey, it's going to go. And then it waned. It came back down. But I also made some money in this one from this area here, even though it didn't break. So once you learn how to trade, You enter at the right point, so you're green right away, assuming your thesis is right. You scale out on the way up, and always, always, always play defense with your shares. Defense first. You should do pretty well in the market. It's HMNY. CREG. I like this one. I mean, it made a crazy move from $1 something to in 2 sessions to over 9. And now you've got 2 nice days lower, declining volume. Pretty good setup with that 2-day squeeze. It had a pretty good setup for a bounce tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. So we're going to start watching it tomorrow. ZX. Kind of a quiet inside day after this massive move. Now, I will say it closed well off its highs of the move, but also it's still well off the lows. So right now it just goes on a chart, and we'll see if it gives us a setup. ONP, you had this crazy move again, and now 2 days lower, declining volume. Pretty good setup for a possible bounce. TTD, another red day, no trades in it, but let's see, the low back here was 46.49. Today it got down all the way to 46.32. So it did take out this low. A lot of times when you take out, look to the left on the chart and you take out kind of the most recent low after a big sell-off. In this case, you had a big sell-off, then a gap down and more selling. That's a pretty good recipe for a snapback bounce. So this one goes on watch tomorrow. I had it on watch today, no trades in it today. INCR, you kind of have that similar scenario. This thing, look at this. I mean, really beaten up, but you can see back here, and I'm going all the way back to February 2016. But again, that's a very clearly defined low back then, and it's gotten there in a hurry. Another good recipe for a snapback bounce. And then lastly, I'm putting FENG on watch. Nice volume today. It actually took out recent highs before giving back some of the gains, but maybe a red to green in that one tomorrow. We'll also build a watch list of gappers in the morning. One of them will be SORL because I happened to notice it tonight. And I'll leave it at that. Have a great night. We'll see everybody tomorrow.